Good morning. Welcome, everybody. You ever get up and just say, Lord, have mercy? Like, Lord, have mercy on me. Like, Lord, have mercy. Sometimes the path can be really hard and messy and confusing. And so, we ask for mercy. We ask for mercy. So, anyways, welcome into this space. Our next retreat is December 6th, and I need a minute to get all that posted. I've had some just big changes here at my house and uh, with my daughter and all kinds of things going on. So you have to forgive me. We have getting a little carried away here, getting a little carried away in life. Okay. So that being said, well, let me just talk about the retreat real quick. So December 6th, we're going to do a retreat, and it's going to focus on spiritual empowerment. And this is one of the things that almost everyone struggles with on planet Earth. All people, all families, all relationships, all nations. It's one of the reasons our world is so crazy, and it seems like we're on the verge of World War III, and uh, these great struggles with climate change and all these kind of things is here on planet Earth, we humans have issues with power. And in the past, like the people who tend to have the power are the ones who, well, are just thinking about themselves. And so we live in this really self-centered world where we're all fighting against each other. And, it's gotten to the point of, we now have the ability, we've had it for some time, just to end all life on planet Earth, which just seems crazy to say, crazy to say. Now, spiritual power comes through aligning with the will of God. And this is a great transition for a teaching on Kundalini, because Kundalini is a force of the divine. And it's a force that's wanting to be born and become manifest through you. Through you. Excuse me, you uniquely, you specifically. God is wanting to awaken and to flow, to speak, to act, to live, to love, to embody the truth in the form of you. Now, if any of us have any level of humility, if we just acknowledge the human condition, the animal body that we are given, this is a tall task. It's a tall order for the grace of God, the intelligence of God, to want to manifest through an animal body. It's like, of course, there's going to be resistance, and of course, there's going to be confusion. Now, in the world of yoga, there's this great teaching. And, I'm speaking about asana yoga here now. And this great teaching is about having flexibility. And, it could be kind of silly to think, okay, we all need to go to yoga class and become more flexible. But the ultimate type of flexibility that I'm speaking about today is having a mental flexibility, an emotional flexibility, and to have a body that will go with the flow. That will go with the flow. And so today, as we start our meditation, I'm going to invite you to close your eyes. And we'll just start with a gentle contemplation. And you can kind of smile a little bit too. Sometimes a little silly with the inquiry, but in every moment of your life, there's your mental mind. Absolutely go with the flow of Kundalini Shakti. And it's like, of course not. Like, of course not. Most of us in our mind, we have all kinds of thoughts about our way. our wants and desires. And these thoughts, these beliefs, and sometimes we have beliefs that are just really unhelpful, like beliefs of unworthiness, beliefs of I'm not big enough or I can't do this. And so we're really just feeling around inside. And with this teaching of being inwardly flexible, with our mind going with the flow of Kundalini Shakti. If we have a thought like I'm not worthy or I'm not good enough, or this shouldn't be happening to me, well, that's not going to work on this path. Be like going to yoga class and the teacher saying I'd like us all to start in downward dog, and we say no. Nope, I'm going to resist that. Kundalini Shakti it needs to be able to flow unencumbered through the space of your mind. Unencumbered in the space of the mind. And so I invite you to reflect, not with any judgment, but maybe a little bit of a smile, some curiosity, at the places that really fight against Kundalini, that fight against the energy, or fight against what the energy is trying to tell you, or show you, or teach you, or open in you. To some degree, like on an absolute degree, to go with the flow in a mental sense. It means to be vast and spacious and open. And so can we all feel that? The natural space of our consciousness, natural state of our consciousness is natural, spacious and open, relaxed, at ease. And just feeling around in your mind and seeing if your mind is tight or tense in any way. And again, no judgment here. My mind was tight and tense for many years. And there's still some times when I find tightness and tension in the mind. So what is it that you are noticing? As we begin to breathe and feel and open, is there an I that is in opposition to? Is there an I that is in opposition to? And can you find an I within you that is willing to be directed by something greater? Is there an I that is willing to be directed? Or are we going to say, nope, I'm an old dog and I don't learn new tricks? Like, what kind of dog are we? Are we happy to be directed and to play along with the divine? Or do we choose to hold on to the force of habit and argue some point that this is a mistake? And of course, it's like, this is God's world. This is God's world. Do we trust in an intelligent God? Or do we think God is just constantly making mistakes? And we are one of her casualties. And so as you feel around in your mind, just looking at for welcoming thoughts of resistance, beliefs in resistance, let's bring this resistance into the light. Let's consciously choose to surrender that which no longer serves us, that which holds us back, that which holds us back. And then as we feel down into the heart chakra and the surface of the heart chakra, which is our emotional nature, we're asking this question, like, is my emotional nature inwardly flexible? Like, am I a good yogi in my heart? Am I able to let go and surrender, turn on a dime? Or do I hold on to things and hunker down, punish myself, try to punish God, or try to punish life, or try to punish others? For those of us in the room that try to that hold on to when we're offended, or people are mean to us, or angry, or confused, if we're someone that holds on to the past, or someone who is so hypersensitive because we have chronic fear in our belly, and we're going to have trouble with Kundalini Shakti. We're going to have trouble opening to the unknown. We're going to have difficulty opening to the mystery of grace. And so we can ask our emotional nature, can I let go? Can I soften my attachment to my feelings of being offended, or my feelings of being hurt? Can I let the past die? Can I let the past dissolve? Can I open to this ever-present light, just fiery and radiant, light that is wanting to open you to something much, much greater, much greater than any emotion that you might hold on to from the past and repeat in your body. Can you be fluid and flexible with your emotions? with the inner chambers of the heart. Be fluid and flexible and open. This love, this compassion. I invite you to even see a choice before you. Holding on to the past and what that feels like. Or opening to the healing grace of forgiveness, of compassion, sweetness, of tenderness, of vulnerability. Do we want to hunker down in an old judgment of ourselves, the same judgment our parents gave us and their parents gave them? We're not good, we're not worthy, we're not good enough. You should be better. You're guilty, whatever those old thoughts were, those old emotions. Or are you willing to be fluid and flexible? Saying, I forgive the past. I let go of the past. I drop it like it's hot. And I open into something that is good, that is healing, that is supportive. I open to this recognition that I am the light, that I am love. Then we want to drink from the old putrid emotions, like from that fountain. Or are we willing to swiftly let that go and drink from the ever-present fountain of love, of compassion, of sweetness? Am I willing to open to this energy and see that I am the light? I am the light. Inviting this light to flow throughout your body. And of course, to support this flow of Shakti, I invite you to feel into the depths of your body, to the physicality of your body. And just ask, where could this body, this animal body that we share, where could it be more flexible? And sometimes we just notice that we just hold tension in our back habitually. We grip with fear in the belly. Some of us, we may notice, I completely disassociate from my body. I'm not even in my body. Maybe that's the inquiry for you this morning, this day. Am I even in my body? I caught myself the other day just floating outside my body. Come back. Come back. And in this body, sometimes, with some of you, especially those who have more like the violent kriyas, there's an intense holding in the body, And in response, Kundalini is offering a fiery, explosive uh, pressure, intensity. And what if we just didn't hold? If we just didn't fight? If we put down the war or brought a consciousness to the war, saying, do you want to continue to fight? Do you want to continue to fight? Is this the way for the body to respond to the grace of God? And for some of you, as you inquire into your body, we're greatly resisting. Others, it's a subtle resistance, like we just clench in the jaw or the lower back, behind the heart, pelvis. And for others of us, you might notice that you're not totally disassociated, but maybe it's that you just live in your head. You haven't fully embodied the throat, the heart, the solar plexus, the hara, the root. Breathe as we feel, as we soften. Throughout the body. And we are inwardly flexible. Begin to notice that this body is not some rigid thing at war with Kundalini. Rather, this body is an etheric thing. Etheric presence. It's made of space. It's made of light. There's a room for this energy to flow, for things to unravel. There's an actual glory that we begin to experience as we let the Kundalini flow and allow the light to shine. Where I begin to experience an actual glory in the body. There's the glory of God. There's the glory of Kundalini. There's also the glory of your presence. It's a divine, radiant being. This is something that's not often acknowledged here on planet Earth. You, your body, is a radiant incarnation of light. Radiant expression of light. You are a work of art of the Creator. So as we open, as we breathe, as we soften, as we connect with this teaching on an inner flexibility, begin to realize that our body, our vital nature, space of our mind is actually something quite different than what the world has taught us. We are made of light. We are light. We are love. We are space. So yes, breathing, feeling, softening. Committing to being flexible and fluid, because that's our natural state. Surrendering that which is obsolete, because it's hard. It's hard to carry around our whole past with us. It takes a toll on our body. The breathing, feeling, smiling, letting the past die. I welcome you into this space. Welcome you into this space. And so you gently open your eyes, but when our eyes are open, I invite you to see if you can be here to live your life with an inner flexibility, inner fluidity in relationship to the Kundalini, just wanting to flow through us all, but also in relationship just to this world, having an inner flexibility in how we relate to others, how we relate to the past, how we relate to this moment. As the divine is constantly wanting to show us something new, something great, if we're receptive. And so anyways, I'm going to invite you to share in response to these inquiry questions. And you share some of the ways that you were holding back or fighting with, and some of the ways you opened and what you experienced as you opened. And of course, you're welcome to share anything else Kundalini related.